Hello everyone, this is Alex from Tecon formwork. Welcome to my channel. And right now there's a lot of high-rise buildings and bridges in planning from all over the world. As I said, Tecon formwork is worldwide and facing to the world market. So I'll bring you one of our solutions, Tecon self-climbing formwork. By different load capacity, we got two main types. One is TSC 80 and the other one is TSC 120. Also by different frame type, we got three types. One is a standard one, we call it diagonal bracing part type. And also we have a gallows type, which is formwork is stick to the bracket. And the final is retractable gallows type, which means the formwork handling part is independent from the main bracket. And from the below to the up, I will introduce the three main parts. One is the bracket itself, and two is our anchor system and hammering system. The third part is the formwork part. So now we go to the bottom platform. We call it a repair platform, which for remove the anchor system, because after casting, the anchor system can be removed from the current wall, like climbing cone, removed to the concrete surface. And we can do the repairment, like to do the plaster of the surface. This one got like load capacity is 0.75 kilonewton per square meter, and the weight is 0.5 meter. So it's not require so much load capacity. So this is the lightest one. The second platform, we call it the operation platform, which because it's a self-climbing system, so it has its own lifting mechanism. So this platform will do the handlings, operations for the workers. And this the widest of the platform is 2.7, and the load capacity is 1 kilonewton per square meter, which is have enough space for the workers to do the operation jobs. And the third platform, we call it the main platform, which is always used for the formwork closing, formwork release, and also to do like other maintenance jobs for the concrete. So, but it's got the same load capacity and width with the operation platform. And this platform, we call it formwork platform. And always to have to install and to release the tyro system for the formwork. So it's also necessary to do the operation, make the workers to handling the four jobs very efficiently. Finally, this upper one, we call it upper platform, very obviously, which is main function is to do the casting jobs, and also it will be load some rebars to easier workers to do the rebar jobs. So this is for the bracket part. The next part I will introduce to you is the hammering or anchoring system here. Please come closely. The first is the anchor system. You can see here is a bolt here. They got both sides. And this is just a little part of the anchor system. There will be like embedding parts inside the concrete, cannot be shown here. But this part will be anchored to, we call it anchor shore. Anchor shore, and have like the bearing pins here, and also safety pins. This one is in the real construction site, will be to do the safety jobs, also security jobs to resist the main bracket fall from the concrete surface. And this one, we call it hammering poke head, and which is for transfer the load capacity from the bracket to the anchor shore. And this part, the silver one, close to the concrete site, we call it guide rail. It's for also it cooperates with this lifting mechanism to do the lifting of the main bracket itself, and the guide rings alternately. It will be climbing floor by floor, and this part supports the main functions. Okay, the next part I'll introduce you is our formwork parts. As I just said, it independent from the main bracket. So formwork will cooperate with this, we call it the retracting part, to do the closing and release jobs of formwork. And you can see we got two types. One is here, we are on the mode is our base 20 formwork, which is a traditional timber beam and plywood system. And because it will cooperate with the main bracket, the bracket will be installed units by units on the structure. So formwork also do that job, units by units. So it will be release some labor cost on the assemble of the platform, and also do a repeat install and release jobs. For the retracting part, this part we call it a reel, and also for the gears to do the retracting jobs. And here we can see is two diagonals. The outside is to adjust the cleat of the main bracket, because in some structure there will be a cleat on the main structure, so we have to do the adjustment accordingly. And the inside diagonal bracing is the main purpose is like other side jig, is to adjust the vertical of the formwork and for easier for the adjusting, because on the mold is also here, it's very easy to do the adjustment, but on the real construction jobs you have to do some handles to do that job. So that's all for the mold part. On the next part, I will take you to the real bracket, because we got the real bracket here. I will introduce the real bracket to see more details of this system. Okay, as I just said, I'll bring you to see the real things here. We got a real sample here, about 5 to 6 years. You can see it's got a little rust, dust on side, but it's real things. So I will show you some details on the platform. Okay guys, I will come to the next floor to bring you more details. Right now I'm using is a ladder. It's a very basic one, but depends on the requirement of your on-site. We can supply you like stairs, which have handrails, and easier for the workers to do the climbing jobs. Okay, here you can see this part. We call it a protection handrail, which will be there's a door here. It's released from the, so you can see the real things on the side. You see there will be a little door here and a little pin. It will be close to this inside outside holes to ensure the security of the workers, because some works when you do work jobs you have to do like backwards workers, and this handrail will protect the workers very well. And the other thing for this platform I want to bring you is that the lifting part we already see on the molds downstairs, but here you can see very closely about the mechanism works. Here we got is a guide rail, and this is the main part for the climbing mechanism, very long from up to the below. And this is a hydraulic cylinder, which supply, as I said, you will cooperate with the motor, the oil bucket, to supply the whole hydraulic power for the whole system to do the lifting jobs. And here you're seeing is diagonal bracing. You can see this tube here. In the real construction job, there will be a handle to do the adjusting jobs here. Here we see the anchor shoe there. They are connect to the bearing bolts on there. We already see in the mold here, so this is the real size on the real project. And this is a hanging hook head, which is transfer the bearing capacity from the anchor shore to the bracket. And on the connection part, you can see a bearing pin there, and also the safety pin, but a little different with the demo because this is the real components. And here we come to the below. You can see the wall touch the support, which, as I just said, it will be to do the adjustment to ensure the bracket is vertical to the structure. And the final part, you can see here. This is under protection, same with the other outer protection, but this is especially for the when the units go to the very edge. This protection will be to like from the edge, from people to falling down. And on the next part, one of our workers engineer will do the operation jobs to show you how the cylinder works and how to do the lifting jobs. Okay, here we see is a control box for the whole climbing system. I will tell you the function of each components and how to use them. From the right to left, the green button means the main start. So for start the whole system, and the red button is for the main stop. Is for start the whole system once you press this button. Especially when the yellow light on, you have to press this button immediately to stop the whole system power. And the red light on means this box has power to control the whole units. And the unit control switch here, now you see is four units, but depends on different system. We can customize it to like 16 switches or even more. And I will tell you how to use them. First, if you want to lift the whole system, you can switch all the unit switch on and to press the main button here to control make the whole system to lift up. And if there is some bracket units do not on the right position, you can press this main start on and control each unit to do the specific adjustment on the bracket. So until to make the whole system on the right position. Okay, now our engineer is turn the lifter bracket control units on, so you can see the cylinder is now moving. Many customers are curious about the climbing speed over this lifting system. It's normally half an hour we're climbing at 3 meters, so half an hour per store will be enough. And please notice that when you do the lifting jobs, you have to ensure all the platforms stuff have already been cleaned. So there will be no stuff, especially notice there's no stuff which already extend to the inside of the structure. And also when you finish the climbing, you have to make sure the security pin already stick inside to in case that whole bracket will follow down. And this control box also need to care about the water, especially you have to do the maintenance for the concrete each side to spraying some waters on the surface. So you must notice not to spray any waters on this control box. There is also notice about some points before we end this today's introduce. First, when you finish the first unit's assemble, you have to make sure all the bolts is tightened, and the space of these two brackets, you have to make sure this space is exactly with the distance of the anchor system on the wall, because we will give like a shop drawing for instruction for you to locate the position of the anchor system. But sometimes after casting, there will be some difference, or you can call it a tolerance of the position. So before you do the assemble, you have to notice about the distance of the anchor system. And for the other parts, as I said, this system is a sample for assemble and workers, but also need the trainings. So us, Tecon will always on your side. We will supply you the primary solutions, and the shop drawing, and we also give you like instruction steps over for you to follow each steps. And also if you need, we can send our after-sales engineer for the on-site training or supervision. And the most importantly, when you finish this project, our engineering team also can help you to reuse the old material to the new project, and we help you do the calculation again, and to do the maximum recycle issue to the next project. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like our contents, like our formwork, or want to know more details, please subscribe us, and also press the like button below. Also, if you want to know more details, you can contact us by the info@teconform.com. And see you next time. Thank you very much.